Stress definitions. So these definitions around stress, because I love when people say stress and everyone blames stress as the thing of not losing their weight. I've had to define stress into 5 different factors. It's foods you eat, foods you don't eat, toxicity, lifestyle, and physical. So when we say stress, it's also what do you mean by stress? Because stress really needs to be defined, right? Because there's many different ways. Because if you eat a food, let's say gluten, that's a stress to your body, right? If you're malnourished, that's also a stress to your body. If you have lower acute levels of toxicity, that's a stress to your body. If your lifestyle is shit, and let's say you don't sleep, that's a stress to your body. And obviously if you overtrain, that's a stress to your body. Or if someone punches you in the face, that's a direct stress to your body, let's say. So stress really does also need to be defined. So don't accept as trainers, like when someone says, oh, I'm really stressed, why are you stressed? What's stressed? Get the definition, because then when you're closer you're closer to solving that, right? Which is very, very important. And they're just my definitions. So this is how you get fat from stress, right? So we spoke before about blood glucose. So what is cortisol, first of all? Cortisol is a blood glucose immobilizing hormone. What is it?
Blood glucose immobilizing hormone.
Sorry, I couldn't hear anything because those two gentlemen didn't say it. So let's all try that again.
A blood glucose immobilizing hormone.
It immobilizes glucose. So think of it this way. There's a guy across the road. He eyeballs you, motherfucker, and he says, I'm going to kill you, right? What happens?
Everyone's like, oh, fucking gangbanging.
Okay, everyone gets a bit upped, right? But let's look at our biochemistry for a second. What happens? Adrenaline kicks in, right? Or maybe cortisol kicks in, which cortisol is a low form of adrenaline. And what does adrenaline's functions do? What does adrenaline do?
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. But what does it do? It dumps glucose into our system. Dumps it. Right? So all that stored body fat that we have, all the glucose gets dumped into our system all at once. So our blood sugar goes from, let's say, normal to, say, 18. Right? Why? Because we're either going to fight the guy or we're going to run away. So we need that glucose to do something with it. Now, I'm giving you an example of an adrenaline response. Cortisol is in this sense, is a lower form of adrenaline. So when we get stressed, if we have stress, what is cortisol doing? It's dumping blood glucose into our system so that we can do something. But the thing is, most people, let's say because it's all perception, right? You all understand that. You're sitting at your computer and someone says to you, go fuck yourself. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
You go fuck yourself.
They give you one of these. You get a little bit amped up. You get a little bit stressed. Your physiology, you get a bit stressed. What happens? Cortisol? Cortisol is what? Right? So let's say, in this case, so you've read that email, Alessandro. Your cortisol's gone up. Boom. Now, what is it? A blood glucose immobilizing hormone. That's what you said, right? Say it real quickly. So your blood sugar comes up. But you're here. You're emailing the guy back. Fuck. Yeah? You haven't gone for a run. You haven't lifted weights. You've just been on your computer. Have you used that blood glucose? No. You haven't used the blood glucose. So then, what did I say before about high blood glucose? What has to happen now? It has to go down. So what has to be released? Insulin. So it wrangles that blood glucose down and puts it somewhere. So it either goes to the muscle, but you're at the computer. I don't know how many of these glucose molecules your phalanges need to operate. Right? Probably not that much. No, not that much. Not that much, right? Your phalanges aren't going to need this amount of blood glucose. So then, it knocks on the door to the liver. It's not happening. Then it knocks on the door to the fat cell. Well, the fat cell is the empty car park. So does this make sense of how we get fat through stress?